Hello, everyone. Welcome to William and the Magic Box. Today on our show, we are going to have Angelo. Angelo is from Houston, in Texas, in the USA. So let's see what Angelo has to say. Enjoy the interview. Hello.
How are you?
Hello, Angelo. I'm very well. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time today for the interview. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for having me.
My God, I like your background. Where are you right now?
Thank you. I'm at home right now. So, Houston, Texas.
Wow. So tell me, how's your day going so far, Angelo?
So far, so good. Just been working on plants and everything like that. So,
I see. So I can see that you love plants.
yeah, I actually have my own plant resale shop. So, Texas Plant Dude.
Oh wow! So tell me a little bit about your shop then.
I sell rare and exotic houseplants.
Hmm. And so that's the main thing of the shop.
Yeah, well, that's the main thing. I also do like plant staging and styling, and then landscape design.
I see. And when was the idea to open a shop, a plant shop?
It started off as a hobby, and I wanted to figure out a way to have my hobby make me money. And so far, everything's been going pretty well.
Wow, amazing! And you mentioned that you are from Houston, in Texas.
Hmm.
Born and raised.
Yes.
So tell me, what's the best part of living in Houston, in your opinion?
Uh, I mean, people are gonna definitely disagree with this, but I think the weather. So, I love the heat in summertime, so it's perfect for that.
I see. And right now it's summer right now or not? Still,
It is, yes, yeah. We're like in like peak summer right now, so
I see.
it's been like the last I think 2 weeks we're all like 100 and above. So
And all your family as well live in Houston?
the majority of it, yeah. I have an older brother that lives in Chicago.
I see. And besides, so right now you're full time. You look after your shop, your plant shop, full time. I
Yep.
see. Amazing. Okay, so through the game, I'm going to explore a little bit more about your job and also about your point of views. Okay.
All right.
Before we start our journey, Will in the Magic Box, would you like to tell me something interesting about yourself?
Oh gosh, there's not very much interesting about me.
I'm sure there is. I'm sure.
I would say, I guess the most interesting thing about me is my passion for plants and animals.
See, always been passionate about that.
Yep, forever.
See, all right. Are you ready to go on a beautiful journey through your members in life and share your point of views?
Let's do it.
Amazing. Welcome to William in the Magic Box. So I've got him a best. Okay, flow from the fun questions. I'm just gonna play a song now just for us to relax a bit before the first question, okay? Let's do it. Right, so before we start the game, during the join, if it comes up a question that you don't want to talk about, some reason you don't want to answer, always can change, okay?
Okay.
Right, first question for you is, what was your favorite thing to do as a kid?
Favorite thing to do as a kid would have been exploring the woods.
Tell me about it.
There's just something so like peaceful and serene, able to almost be lost in the forest.
And how far are you from the forest right now?
Right now, I mean, I would say a good distance for being as far out in the country as I am right now. It would still be kind of a drive to get to like true like forest area.
I see. All right. Next question. Let's do it. Hey, Angelo from Texas. Next question is, tell us about your first kiss and your first love.
First kiss and first love. Oh gosh, that would have been Miranda Agar. She was like my high school sweetheart.
That was your first kiss and first love as well?
For sure.
Did you like school?
No, I actually really did not like school. I got picked on quite a bit, so it made it pretty challenging. The actual like learning aspect of it, for sure, you know, but the experience of
Which way that people picked on you at the time? Why?
like calling me, you know, gay and queer, you know, all the other slurs.
I see. So it wasn't easy for you growing up as a gay boy.
I would definitely say not. It could have been worse, you know, that's
Mhm.
for sure. It definitely wasn't easy.
And did you have the support of your family being gay?
Definitely, yes. I have an amazing. I could not have been blessed with a better one.
And the day when you came out, did something happen, or you just felt like, okay, I'm gonna be my true self from now on?
No, my mom pretty much like me out of the closet. I had started to tell like my siblings and stuff, uh,
Mhm.
but my mom found a Valentine's Day for my friend, and his name was Mark, and he'd come home from work early, and she asked me who Marcy was. I said, Marcy? I said, I don't know anybody named Marcy. And she goes, well, it's on this letter. And she like put it in front of me. It's like the Valentine's Day card from Mark. And looked up and I said, you know, that says Mark and Mark's boyfriend.
Just like that.
Yeah. So
Oh, and what was her reaction? She was okay about it, or she was a bit
uh,
surprised?
she started crying, and then my dad, who was also in the room, he got up and like just went outside. And then they didn't talk to me like 2, 3 weeks.
Mhm.
And so finally it just kind of came to a head, and we kind of got in a disagreement, and I basically just told them that either they can, you know, love me and accept me for the son that I am to them, or I'll leave and they don't ever have to work ever again. So and then I went to my room, and the next morning I woke up and had a note taped to the inside of my bedroom door about how much they loved me, and you know how sorry they were and everything like that. So
And do you think they knew it or not before that? Do you think they knew that you were gay?
they definitely had to have had some sort of inkling with it, you know. But you know, I hate to really ever say and hear, you know, people say, you know, they knew it before, kind of a thing, because you know, they didn't really know it until that person actually knew it and was comfortable with saying it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Um, which person in your family you are more close to?
I would say all of them, but definitely my younger sister that you just saw. So
Oh, wow. Amazing. Very good. Next question. Let's do it. Great. Um, so before the next question, tell me, for you, what's the best part of, having a plant shop? What's the biggest joy of it, of your business? And the flip side, what do you find most challenge of keeping your business?
I would say the biggest joy of it is getting to see how happy plants can make other people as well with it. You know, a lot of people aren't exposed to, you know, I specialize in, you know, rare and exotic house plants. And a lot of people never know that plants can come in these shapes and sizes and colors and stuff like that. And I would say the most frustrating part of it is that plants they take time. You know, it's you have to be very patient with them. You know, it can, you know, a lot of these plants, you know, I'll either import or get as tissue cultures, and you know, you have to acclimate them, and you know, it may be a solid 6 months before that plant is even ready to go home with somebody. You know.
I see. And do you import those plants from other countries as well, or just all of them they're from the US?
No, whenever I am importing, it's usually from like Indonesia.
Wow, amazing. And how long does it take for you, for example, when you order some plants, how long does it take for you for them to arrive in Texas, in Houston?
If I'm importing them, it could be up to like about 2 weeks with it. I will say that the guy that I use for importing, I mean, he does his best and he gets them to me as quick as possible. But once it hits customs, it's all kind of up in the air at that point. So, I mean, I've lost, fairly large orders with it just because customs just took their time, and either they just ignore or they don't care or don't understand that that plant in there is it needs light, it needs water, and when it doesn't get that, it turns to mush. So
I see. So that for sure is the most difficult part for you to keep the transaction between plants to the right place.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, next question for you is, who is your biggest hero?
Biggest hero, I'm totally gonna be corny and go with my dad. So
tell me why.
I mean, I really couldn't have been blessed with a better father than he. He took care of, my whole family. I've got five, it's me and four other siblings, and he really instilled in all of us, that work ethic and how important family is to each other with it, and not to really ever forget that. So,
wow, big
plus
family.
He was a firefighter for Houston Fire Department as well, so that's always kind of a plus. So.
Oh my God, that's amazing! The other day I had a firefight from he. Oh my God, I got blank now. He's from California, but he lives in other states in the US right now. Firefighter, and he's literally creating actually as well like campsites for like the area where he lives for gay people, that there are not many things over there. So he's literally, his full-time job is a firefighter, and plus he's working this project where he's creating this campsite. Like he's literally doing a lot, like you, like organize things with plants, and a lot of things happening. He's busy right now. Interesting.
Wow. Awesome.
Yeah, cool. Next question, let's do it. Next question for you is, what 3 things do you want to be remembered for?
I would just probably want to be remembered for, being loving and compassionate.
Saying that, when you think about you, Angelo, what's the best part of being you, in your opinion?
The best part of being me?
Yeah.
I would definitely say like the best part of being me is truly knowing who I am and living my authentic, and then my family.
I see. When you're talking about your dad, yeah, he's your biggest hero. What's the biggest lesson so far that you've learned from him?
Biggest lesson that I learned from my father is probably just keep going, keep pushing, don't stop.
Cool. Ready for another one?
Yep, let's do it.
Let's do it. Hey, next question for you is, what would your theme song be if you had your own show?
I'd probably go with something by like Glass Animals. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with them or not. But they hit like mainstream probably like right as the pandemic was coming out. They've been around for like probably a decade or more, but so I would probably go with like, oh gosh, probably like Tokyo Drifting or something by Glass Animals.
I see. So it's an American group?
They're actually from the UK.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Amazing. But they've been on the road for a long while, or they're new?
They've been on for quite a while with it. They just hit mainstream, I guess, probably 3 years ago.
Amazing. All right. Next question. Right before the next one, now I can see all your plants now on the ground as well. Oh wow! Oh my God! Now I can. Oh my goodness! There are a few of them right now. So can you literally like briefly just walk me through a little bit about those plants? If they have names, or something that you could talk about it.
Yeah. Do you want to like just a quick rundown of like all of them, or any particular ones?
Just tell me over there which one is the most, let's say, most popular one that people like, or in your opinion is one of, there's something special about that. Any one of them.
I would say the one that tends to draw the most attention, let me see, where did I put it? Would probably be like the like Asian pitcher plants, you know? They tend to draw a lot of attention because they've got cute little like pictures on them, you know. People call them like monkey cups and stuff like that as well. But it's a type of carnivorous plant that's from like Southeast Asia and stuff like that. And so the bug actually falls down into the pitcher or the trap of it and then drowns in the liquid that the plant produces. So
it's so interesting.
That draw people's attention pretty quickly with it. I would also say, as far as drawing attention, I would say we'll go with like the thematify one. Let me grab that real quick.
Okay.
So it's kind of big. So this used to be like Philodendron goldii, but it has been reclassified as like a thematifilum with it.
Wow.
So, real pretty U-shaped, multi-lobular leaves with it. And they can get very, very large. But that tends to draw people's attention, that interesting leaf structure of it. So
wow. Wow. And people, when they would like to buy something or to get something from you, from your shop, they need to order in a like in advance, depending the plant, or they can just walk in and luckily they can find it they want.
Everything is still pretty much online. I do like locals, people will like pick up and stuff like that, but everything is pretty much online. You can just go to texasplantdude.com. So, which is I recently am moving, that's why I'm staying out like this. So everything will be back onto inventory here by the end of the week.
I see. Yeah. All right. Cool.
I would also say like anything that's like variegated like this, like has the green and white leaves.
Amazing. I can see, yes, I can see, yes.
So anything that's like that, people eat that up.
Wow. Amazing. All right. Yeah. I'll let you go back to your seat and we can carry on.
All right.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So next question for you is tough question now. If you need to remove from your phone forever, let's say someone come up to you, say, Angelo, you need to remove forever from your phone, YouTube or all the social media platform. Which one would you choose? Would you keep YouTube or the social media platforms, and why?
I would probably keep YouTube with it because you would be able to double as a social media platform with it. And then there's just so much, you can learn anything on YouTube almost. I mean, that's for sure. You know, you have the aspect like a social influencer, and then you have the double up of, you know, curious about whatever, you know, XYZ, and you can find all of it on YouTube. So
amazing. And which platform on social media you use the most? More active?
I would probably say I'm most active on either Instagram or TikTok with it, which I'm not very active by any means. But those would be the highest that I'm on.
All right. I have 3 questions left. Let's do it. Okay, next question for you is, what was the last thing that made you smile genuinely?
Last thing that made me smile genuinely? Honestly, it's probably been a little bit since I've had true genuine smile. I've been in a very very big transition part of my life right now. So it's been a lot with it. So the last time I genuinely smiled was probably with probably like the last guy that I had been kind of uh, he definitely made me, really smile for a while. So
Oh, sweet. And tell me something, how is, in your opinion, being gay in Houston? It's safe, you can be yourself, you can express yourself the way you are?
absolutely. I mean, it's a very Republican state, so you're gonna have people that hate on you. But in my opinion, if you don't have anybody hating you, you're doing something wrong. But as far as actually being like in the city of Houston, it's I mean, it's a free for all. You can be you on any day of the week, and you can wear whatever you want to wear. You can run around shouting whatever you want to shout, and people are just either gonna just pass you by with it, or they're gonna be right there with you.
Basic, very good. 2 questions left. Let's do it. Before the next question, the power of plants. I strongly believe as well that they are so powerful. You can connect with them. It brings peace to you, to your life. It brings a lot of positive things. I had a good friend of mine. He has a lot of plants in his place, and so many times he told me that, William, I literally talk to them when I'm watering, when I come back home, when I'm kind of tidying up a little bit the place. I'm talking to them. I feel they're alive. I have connection with them. Tell me, you already mentioned about your connection with plants, but tell me something special that you are connected with them. Share something that you feel like that they are part of your life, that you have a lot of connection with them. There is something that you could share.
I'm not quite sure how to elaborate on that because I don't really talk to them or anything like that, but I do a lot of like touching them, and so I do feel like that energy, between me and plant kind of a thing definitely does happen still. And it's just to be in a jungle, to still have a part of the outside can really just help root you where you're at, so really help just ground you.
Really. Okay, next question is, describe yourself in one positive and one negative word only.
I would say the positive word would be compassionate, and then the negative word would be probably like depression, I guess.
Say the positive again. I couldn't get the positive word.
Compassionate.
Compassionate. Okay. And the negative one?
Like depression.
Why is that? Something connected with your life right now that you are facing?
As far as like the compassion goes, like historically, I have been in veterinary medicine for the last like 13 years or so, and so it takes a lot of compassion. I mean, you're in it for the animals, not the paycheck, for sure. And you're helping these creatures that cannot advocate for themselves, and you're having to get information from very unreliable sources. As much as the owner thinks that they're in tune with their pet and they know what's going on with it, there's usually been signs and symptoms for weeks before whatever is happening. And then I would say the depression, I'm real big into like mental health and stuff like that. I suffer from major depressive disorder. And so that's always been like a very like kind of a special conversation piece with me, with it, advocating for that mental health awareness, for others, because, as advanced as we are in medicine right now, we're not that advanced in mental health aspect of it. There's still a lot of what's the word for it, people are still very discouraged about
Stick
talking about their mental health,
up.
with them. And, that's why we're going to keep losing people lives, until we are able to talk about that freely and openly amongst each other. We're going to keep losing those people. So.
I'm glad you thanks so much for opening up about that, Angelo. I think it's important to talk about as well because it's a big thing right now. Mental health. A lot of people they are suffering, and as you said, it's a big stigma there. People they don't talk about. People they and I think nowadays people they are talking more open about it, but something more new. You know what I mean? Before, let's say 10 years ago, I never heard about this word before.
And
Yeah,
especially in men in general,
yeah,
we're supposed to be these stoic, heroes that, that don't feel, almost as what we're, just taught to be with it when, in reality, we have just as many everybody else does. And we should be able to open up and to talk about that without feeling, judgment from peers.
absolutely. And the funny thing about it is, you know, as you said about men being strong, we cannot show emotions, we cannot be vulnerable. And actually, looking for help, like asking for help, it's a big sign of being strong. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Because
absolutely.
yeah, so I think people they need to understand that all of us we have our own words that sometimes brings us down and sometimes they don't understand. And if you think that I cannot I cannot show emotions, I cannot share that because it's going to be a sign of or weakness, and actually it's the opposite. If you're going to look for help, if you're going to talk about, if you're going to
Right.
express yourself, that's a big sign of being strong because you are being vulnerable, and being vulnerable is being strong. That's what I believe.
Absolutely. I'm behind that 100%.
So thanks for sharing, thanks for opening up. I think people they appreciate seeing somebody talking about that. I think it's a big help already.
I think so.
Ready for the last question?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Next one. Before the last question, people watch the interview right now. If they'd like to contact you, regarding the plants, they would like touch with you regarding that. Tell me something unique about your business, something that people they cannot find anywhere else.
Uh, One big thing that I have really made the foundation of business that you're not going to find elsewhere is the fact that, I'm sitting outside with these plants right now, yes, but the majority of the plants that I have for sale are actually indoors. So you're getting a plant that is already acclimated to the normal home environment with the air conditioning, with the heat, with the fans, uh, they do have LED lighting. I will say that I do give them, extra lighting. But you're getting a plant that is ready for your home at the time of purchase. So many people will spend, some of these plants are, a couple $100 with it, and you will spend that money and bring it home. And, it just came out of a greenhouse or, something like that. And it's going to hit that air conditioning and that ceiling fan, and it's going to turn to a crisp, and you just spent all this money for it to die. How discouraging is that? Whereas, what you're going to get from me is ready for your home.
Amazing. Listen to him. He knows what he's talking about. Last question for you is, if you could stay any age for the rest of your life, what age would that be and why?
Oh, I would definitely go back to being probably like, I'd say like 9 or 10.
Oh, tell me why.
You don't have bills. You don't have any real worries. I was raised with, both parents, fortunately, my siblings, and, that's like when life was like great, so I would definitely go back to that. So.
And the good part of that time as well, the time went so slow. I remember our birthday took so long to arrive. The Christmas, it took so long. You're expecting Christmas like badly. Nowadays, in a blink of eyes, it's already Christmas. It's already your birthday.
Yeah. It just happened so quick, I mean, and looking back at it, I mean, it just the blink of an eye,
Yeah.
just one of the big things is, you really have to try to be present in life because it is it is going quicker and quicker and quicker. And from everything that I hear from older generations is, the older you get, the faster it goes. So,
It's a bit scary.
no, I know. No.
Right, so then let's play now the word association game, okay? I'm going to give away some words, just some one word that comes to your mind. Quick thinking, okay? Let's start with life.
Life, plants.
Of course. Money.
Money, oh God, first thing that comes to mind, probably like capitalism.
Okay. Family.
Family, love.
One word for sex.
One word for sex, intimacy.
Okay. Love.
Love, oh, that would really be intimacy. That would be intimacy. I'll change the one for sex to sporting.
Okay. Politics.
Politics, boring.
Religion.
Religion, even more boring.
Fear.
Fear, a must-have.
Mm-hmm. It's important. Fear, see as a positive thing. Mm-hmm. Friendship.
Needed.
Desire.
Desire, oh gosh. Primal urges.
Say again?
Like primal urges.
Okay. Regret.
Regret, oh, don't have it.
Good. Success.
Success, keep trying.
Wish.
Wish, hope.
Happiness.
Happiness, faith.
One word for Houston.
Houston, strong.
One word for Texas.
Oh, even more strong.
Okay. USA, one word.
USA, needs improvement.
Okay. And the last one now, plants, one word.
Love.
Amazing. Let's pretend I'm going to meet your sister, the one who just walked in, and I'm going to ask her, tell me the most beautiful thing about Angelo and something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What should say?
That's what you're going to ask her?
Yeah, if I would ask her to say the most beautiful thing about you, I'd want to, what you say you're going to ask her? Yes, I would love to, if she would like to. But...
Let me get her real quick. Hold on. Let me make sure she's...
Me? Hello, what's your name?
I'm Allie.
Hey, Allie, nice to meet you. My name is William.
Nice to meet you.
Right, so let's pretend now I'm going to fly all the way from London to Houston, yeah? And I'm going to have a coffee with you. And I'm going to ask you, tell me the most beautiful thing about Angelo and tell me something that he still needs to work on, to improve on. What do you say?
His heart. He would give off the shirt on his back to anyone. Okay. And then improvement, maybe organization and, like that.
And in your opinion, what's the biggest difference between both of you and the biggest similarity? Upon the spot.
The similarity, I think, are humor and personality and humor, I think. The difference, I think I'm a little bit more of A-type, and I think he's a little bit more B-type.
I see. Amazing. Thanks so much for being part of this little part of the show. Thank you. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's sweet. Oh, such a great idea. I love the idea for you to ask her. Oh my God, amazing. Let's play now, Angelo, in the magic box, and you can ask me a question. Okay, Angelo, you can ask me a question now.
What made you want to start this talk show? Right.
So when we were talking about 2020, when the world went literally upside down, a lot of people, they start being I think the creativity that were hidden somewhere, they start to flourish. I think a lot of people, they try to, express themselves in a way that, they could, again, mental health, they could kind of go over it, they could work on themselves. At the time, I was already thinking before the COVID started, I was already thinking about doing something on YouTube where I could connect with people, I could express myself as well. But I didn't know what I could do it. I had so many ideas. And on one day, during the COVID, I went for a run in the park, and this idea came along, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create questions. I'm going to do some research and some questions, and I'm going to invite random people around the globe and see what they say, what's going to be their answer, what their point of views, and at the same time as well, they can express themselves. So the whole idea is about people connect with other people, express themselves, and talking about things that maybe nobody asked you before. Maybe people because usually on those, let's say, regular interviews, people, they ask the same questions. People, they talk about things that a lot of people they talk about. And I think here on the show there are so many random questions that people never been asked before, and I think that's the whole magic of the show. It's just for people to connect with other people and express themselves. So that's how it starts the idea.
Love that. Can I ask another question?
You can, of course, absolutely.
What are you truly passionate about?
Wow, that's a great question. Right. I could tell you so many things, but actually I'm gonna be very honest. The first thing that came to my mind right now when you said that, it's about going to the cinema to watch movies. It's besides the magic box, of course, it's the biggest passion. But you know what? When I go to the cinema, when I go to see movies, I literally forget about the world outside. It's so powerful that I literally connect with the movie that I'm watching, and I see as a therapy. So I go to the cinema literally every week, at least twice or once a week. I'm there. It's the time for me to recharge my batteries. It's the time for me to forget everything what's happening around the world with myself, my life, and literally, I'm there. I'm there with the movie, and I go. Who knows me very well, they would agree that, oh my God, it's so you, because I love going to the cinema to watch movies. It's something that I'm very passionate about. So yeah.
Awesome.
Did you enjoy the interview, Angelo? Did you enjoy the
I did.
interaction? Yeah,
I did. Fun.
Thanks so much for taking the time. Thanks for making time for the interview. I know you're very busy today. Thank you. But before you go, if you can share a positive message or anything that you live by.
A positive message to live by, I would say, don't give up. It will get better, and just have faith.
Always keep going. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Enjoy your day and keep in touch. Okay, it was a pleasure. Thanks so much to Ellie as well. All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Take care. So, did you like the show? Don't forget to give a like, to share it, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you'd like to be part of the show as well, first, subscribe to our channel, and after that, just go to our website, www.williamandthemagicbox.com, and send us a request saying why you'd like to be part of the show. And I see you there. Bye bye, see you next time.